Hello, welcome to another video. It's West Ham United versus Leeds match preview. Different setting. I'm in a different room. I just watched Brentford Tottenham with Brentford winning 3-1. We'll talk about that on the Monday show, the Premier League roundup. The Leeds one. The reason why I'm doing a match preview for this, I don't always do a match preview, is because Sam Allardyce is a former West Ham United manager. He has managed a lot of clubs, and he's managed a few clubs since leaving us. One's off the top of my head. Crystal Palace. He managed West Brom. He managed Everton, and now he's managing Leeds. I think I might be missing one out, but I'm not sure. I remember when he returned to the London Stadium for Palace. I think it was the goal with the Andy Carroll goal, the scissor kick, or the overhead kick. I think James Tompkins was playing for Palace in that game as well. I think Faguli scored and Lanzini scored. I think that's the game I'm talking about. When he returned for Everton, when he managed Everton, I think he took over like Ronald Koeman or something. And he was watching the game where Everton battered us 4-0, one of the worst league games I've watched for West Ham, where Wayne Rooney scored another halfway line goal against us, and he scored, I think he scored another goal. Wayne Rooney loved the goal against West Ham. He loved the goal against anyone. I think he scored against Arsenal a lot as well, and Everton a lot. But he scored against us a lot as well. I don't know why that was, but Wayne Rooney's a great player in general. For West Brom, we did the double over them. We beat them 2-1 at home. I think Mateus Pereira scored for them, and I can't remember who scored for us. I think Bowen scored, and I don't remember who scored the other goal. And then, I remember in that game, actually, Lanzini played. And when I was watching Lanzini, even though it was in the same season as that Tottenham goal where we equalised and made it 3-3, I thought Lanzini was finished because he just kept passing the ball off the pitch. I was like, hold on. But a season later, he played in a deeper role. Against Burnley in that same season when we had Rice Snowball injured. He played with Souček in a double pivot, and he played really well. So it was more, he had to play in a deeper role, and that kind of rejuvenated him. But yeah, there's been a bit of history with Sam Allardyce. We beat them away at West Brom as well, where we confirmed European football, confirmed to finish in the top 7. So I know first 3 minutes I haven't really talked about Leeds, but Sam Allardyce is the main talking point on West Ham versus Leeds. And obviously Leeds being in the relegation battle, will we rest players, etc. I will get onto that, of course. But yeah, let's discuss it. And the title is, why do West Ham fans hate Sam Allardyce? I'll give you a point. Now, me personally, I do not hate Sam Allardyce, but I can definitely understand why others do. It was a very toxic relationship in general between Sam Allardyce and the fans at the time. I went I was a season ticket holder at Upton Park from the championship season up until the last season of the Bowlands. I went every season. I changed stands for one of the seasons. I don't remember which one I changed to. But I remember like every time the ball would get lumped from the centre back in the air and it would fail to fall to anyone, everyone would get angry because it kept lumping the ball in the air. And obviously, if you know like the West Ham way, and I've been like questioning it myself sometimes, do we still need to go back there? But yeah, we do. And the reason why I'm looking back at some of the videos from the 80s and I'm like, Alan Devonshire, man. Fucking hell. Like, I didn't never got to watch a full games of these guys. But Alan Devonshire was the player that stood out to me when I'm watching back on some of the videos from the 80s or the 80s highlights. And Alan Devonshire had some mad technical ability that you couldn't really stop him. And it just, yeah, and obviously there was a period of time when we were battling for the league and we bottled it like last 2 games of the 85-86 season, I think it was, to Liverpool and Everton, which Gary Lineker was playing for Everton, etc. That's how long ago it was. And Sam Allardyce always questioned West Ham talking about the West Ham way, and called the West Ham fans deluded for thinking that we should play a certain way. He said himself that West Ham should And he thought the West Ham way was like working hard and all that. But usually when a group of fans talk about their club and say insert club way, the like Tottenham have it, Fulham have it, the Fulham way, the Tottenham way, even Arsenal have it the Arsenal way. Like most of the time, it's playing football, like playing football on the ground. Like I think Tottenham had it back in the day. I don't remember who their manager was, but I think Tottenham used to like play good football in the 80s as well, like 80s and 90s as well. Obviously, they played good football with Redknapp and Pochettino, but like I think it goes from back in the day with these clubs where it's our older fans that won it. If you look through the history of West Ham as well, before Sam Allardyce, it was one of the worst manager I've ever seen at West Ham, Avram Grant. And before that, it was Zola who tried to play football but was from my research and from looking back, it was too nice. I was too young to see Zola at West Ham as a manager, but I caught the Avram Grant one. The Avram Grant one was actually like my first season of remembering things. It was actually the first time I went to a game. What an introduction to being a West Ham fan. But yeah, that's why West Ham fans really hate Sam Allardyce, because like as much as you gave us stability in the 11-12 season, the 12-13 season, 13-14 up till 14-15 where you eventually left. But fans want to see football once you have some sort of stability in the relegation battles, and just because you want to play good football doesn't mean you have to concede so many goals. You just got to attack on the front foot and worry about your own attack. But some managers don't like doing that. David Sullivan has never really hired a manager that does that, because Bilic, not really good football, had creative players. Sometimes the football was good, sometimes the football was bad. Pellegrini tried to play the most B-Tech Arsene Wenger football, which Arsene Wenger football is nice, but Pellegrini didn't really demand for more players. He rejected Maddison and Grealish, so that's on him. And yeah, it's never really happened for us. And David Moyes has promised to play a better brand of football, like in a podcast, and sign players that can play football. But he's never actually stuck with that, and we're still begging for football. But we don't play good football. We haven't in my entire life, to be honest. But yeah, that like it's very disrespectful. Sam Allardyce has been disrespectful in the past. Commented about Bobby. I've always known Bobby Moore as a Fulham player. He chats a lot of shit, which is why West Ham fans do not like him. But Leeds United, will they get relegated? I do think it's done. As much as I want Leeds, I would rather Everton go down. I didn't want Forest, Leeds, or Leicester to go down. I wanted them to stay up with us and Wolves, etc. And ideally, like a Bournemouth go down, because I'm not. They gave Callum Wilson a career, and I'm not particularly a fan of Callum Wilson. So yeah. I would rather like a Bournemouth, like that team go down. But Bournemouth have done really well. Credit to Gary O'Neill, who played under Sam Allardyce for us, and he wasn't that good, to be honest. But yeah, with Leeds hired Sam Allardyce a bit too late for me. I don't know what Sam Allardyce could do with 4 games to go. Maybe they'll get a win at Tottenham. Maybe Everton will lose to Wolves. Obviously, this is just being recorded just before that game starts. So I have no idea what that's going to go. But Wolves are on the beach, and Everton have got Wolves and Bournemouth. So for me, it feels like that. Everton have the easier fixtures. And especially if their last game is at Goodison, they don't want their last season at Goodison to be in the Championship. Goodison's going to be rocking if it goes to the last day. But Leeds could also get relegated this week, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if Forest and Everton got points today and Leeds lost, they would go down with Leicester. I think Leicester can get relegated today as well. So it could be all done on the last day. The last day wouldn't even matter. But I think Leicester are gone. Unfortunately, Leicester are gone. I don't want Leicester to go. I'm sad for them, but it is what it is. And Will we rest players? That's going to be the last topic of this video. Will we rest players? I think we should. And the reason why I say that is because we are on the beach. Unless we get beat 5-0, we will be fine. And I think if Everton lose today as well, we stay up. But I could be wrong. That could be me just miscalculating the whole table, but whatever. But yeah, listen. West Ham Leeds, like I could just relax watching this game. Hopefully it's going to be a sunny day. I just want a good day out. I don't think the trains are working, which sucks. I don't particularly care about the game because we are in the final of the Conference League, and I would rest players, but I would play like Areola to like build him up. I don't know if Moyes will do that. I don't think he will. I think he'll play Fabianski. I think someone like Emerson should play because Cresswell can't play 2 games a week. Someone like, we'll put it this way, Antonio's only just come back from injury, like kind of, and we don't want to like overdo it. We have other strikers. Whether you like Ings or not, just play Ings and Mubama up front. Just play on the front foot. I don't see what we've got to lose. So I don't know why we go defensive. Players like Flynn Down should play. Fornals, Lanzini, all of them should play. Like Cornet, I want to see Cornet again. Just play a similar team to the Brentford game. Even though we lost at Brentford, like, who cares? I think again should be rested, and so should Zuma. So just play Ogbonna and Kera, even if it is a shit centre-back partnership. I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. So yeah, that is my opinion on the whole game. If I've missed something in the comments, let me know. But yeah, if you did like the video, leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Social media's over in the description if you want to follow me and an email for any inquiries. I'll see you guys later.